Let's do a quick review of H&R Block this year. Is it really worth it? Let's talk about that. So what's the bottom line here? So basically, H&R Block, in our view, is an excellent choice for simple and complex tax returns thanks to its friendly UI, so user interface. You have extensive topic coverage and context-sensitive help. And so let me give you the pros and cons of H&R Block here. So pros, you have excellent user experience with clear navigation. It's just fantastic within H&R Block. You have context-sensitive help. I'll talk about that later on. You have thorough, understandable explanations of tax topics, including the complex ones. You have great mobile apps. And you have optional fee-based expert help. So you always have the flexibility if you want to go a little granular or you need help like sensitive, like let's say you need specific help, then you have the expert help available there. Of course, there is an add-on. There's an additional price for that help, but it's totally there. So those are the pros when it comes to H&R Block. What about the cons here? Well, H&R Block sometimes can be slow to load, and you also have some excessive clicking required to actually get to the data that you really need to get to. So this is something that we think that can be really improved in H&R Block. So when you think about the specs, let's talk about the specs of H&R Block. So basically the thing with H&R Block here is that you have a state you can file for free at the state level, but also at the federal level if you meet certain requirements. So basically you have a pretty sophisticated tax preparation software that allows you to actually file for free if you meet certain requirements. I'll talk about those requirements later on. And so you also have H&R Block self-employed. So if you have a gig, if you are a gig worker and you want to actually avail yourself of that feature, that's also there. So you have the basic online assist, you have the deluxe, you have the premium, and you have the self-employed. Okay, so those are the choices that you have in terms of packages. I'll speak about the packages more in detail later on. So I just want to say before actually closing this first section is that H&R Block has been founded in 1955, so they've been in business forever. Okay, and so they are one of the leading tax services in the nation right now. Okay, so this is so right there you have a seal of validation. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. So let's talk about the products here. So when we think about H&R Block, we have a constellation of products depending upon your situation. So let's talk about the online products, because see, the thing is the H&R Block, that's also a network of brick and mortar, I would say, branches. But in today's conversation, I want to focus very, very quickly on the online products. So you have a free online. So this will cost you $0 plus $0 per state file. So the free version may be an option if you have a relatively simple filing situation. It's ideal for those who have a W-2 income, kids, and rent, as well as for students and first-time filers. And H&R Block free online includes one free federal and one state e-file return, an easy-to-use help center, and free technical support via online chat and phone. And then you have the deluxe online. So this will cost you about $49.99 to $54.99, plus that's the federal, plus $36 to $45 per state file. So if you are a homeowner, if you make charitable donations and or have an HSA, deluxe may make sense for you in our view. And it allows you to store 6 years worth of tax returns, access to a Deduction Pro to optimize deductions, and provides chat support for technical questions. Then you have the premium online. So this will cost you $69.99 plus $36 to $45 per state file. So premium is likely the best fit for you if you're a freelancer, contractor, investor, or rental property owner. So with this package, you can enjoy all the deluxe features, plus the ability to import expenses from popular expense tracking apps and conduct cost basis calculations with H&R Block's advanced filing calculators. Those are really advanced. I mean, if you really go through them, you will love them. And cost basis calculations can help you determine the cost basis of your home sale, as well as dividends, gifts, and inheritance assets. So this version actually includes support for investments, including cryptocurrencies. And you also have the self-employed online. So here you have actually, this will cost you about $109.99 plus $36.99 per state file. So self-employed is really a smart choice if you are a self-employed individual or small business owner with a home office and or employees. It includes all premium features as well as an improved guided Schedule C interview. So this is kind of cool. And for an additional fee, H&R Block's online assist service can be added to any of its online tax software programs. And this service provides an on-demand help process from a tax expert, enrolled agent, or CPA. So this is kind of cool. You also have the you can also go with the software products. Okay, you have the basic tax software, you have the deluxe, you have the premium, and then you have also in-person options. So you go to an H&R Block branch. So here we're speaking about $80 minimum. So when you go to an H&R brick and mortar branch, you want to think about at least $80. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about H&R Block. So this is an H&R Block review. Let's talk about pricing here. So when we think about H&R Block, basically you want to think about, as I said before, multiple layers of pricing. And it's one of those things where you have to really see which one works for you. Basically, you have a quartet. You have 4 different pricing levels. You have free online, which is really free. You have deluxe online. You have premium online, and you have self-employed online. That's if you actually go with the online version, right? As I just said. And but if you were to go with an H&R Block, if you were to go to an H&R Block office, you want to think of you want to have at least $80. And the free tier is free for both federal and state filing. It supports Form 1040 and situations like W-2 income, student expenses, and retirement income, as well as the earned income credit and child tax credit, so the CTC. And it's one of those things where you have to really make sure that you have to see your situation and see what really works for you. And basically, Deluxe Online adds numerous features, including the option to itemize your return, health savings accounts, so HSAs. So if you want to include HSAs, you have self-employment income with no expenses, and the ability to organize and store the tax returns for up to 6 years. I mean, this is actually a great sort of, it's a pretty convenient sort of add-on, because then you don't have to worry about archiving your returns. Okay, but again, just make sure that it makes sense for you, because those prices can add up real fast, because when you actually add state filing fees, those prices can be really, really high. So it's one of those things where you have to actually sort of evaluate your situation first. And if you plan to itemize deductions, if you were a landlord, if you're freelance during the year, or during last year rather, if you sold crypto, contributed to an HSA, or if you run a small business, you are going to upgrade to one of H&R Block's paid packages, that's for sure. Let's talk about the UX here. So the user experience. So the user experience when it comes to H&R Blocks. H&R Block. So is H&R Block really safe to use? Yes, definitely. I mean, H&R Block has been around for more than 50, 60, 70 years, and they actually offer multiple layers of protection, including industry standard web browsing encryption technology and multi-factor authentication. So your data, therefore, is protected and monitored 24/7. And so the company also employs external security experts to perform audits and evaluate risks and its data centers, network, and servers are housed in secure facilities. And the cool thing here is that when we talk about online tax preparation services, basically you have to, like, H&R Block actually has a service that has been that they have honed it. They have honed this service for many, many years that allow you to actually not only answer your questions online, but also chat with you if you need to. And in terms of entering your tax data in H&R Block, pretty straightforward. I mean, they actually have a combination of wizards and topic lists to help you complete your return, and the text instructions and graphical buttons and icons make it clear how you progress through the many pages. And the site walks you through Form 1040, much as you might do if you were preparing your return manually. Income is first, followed by deductions and credits, and then taxes and miscellaneous topics. And so this being the self-employed version that you actually, if you actually go with the self-employed version, you might actually have extra steps. But the bottom line here is you have a pretty clear and straightforward questions and answers that allows you in the end to file your taxes really, really quick. And so you'll respond to questions or statements by providing the information requested, and you can select the correct answer from a list of options or enter information in fields. So it's always clear. So when you finish, H&R Block opens a page that recaps your activity up to that point. So it shows you a list of every topic you have visited and lets you revisit or delete any of them. And next, there is a summary of your responses next to the previous year's numbers and answers for comparison. So you want to see how you did last year, so to speak. And if everything looks okay, you move on to deductions. So this is kind of great. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the H&R Block. So this is an H&R Block review. When it comes to crypto, H&R Block actually has a pretty straightforward, okay? And the cool thing here is that you are able to actually file your taxes ASAP. Now, if you received a Form 1099-B from your crypto exchange, you will report your transactions in the investment section of H&R Block. And it's a pretty straightforward sort of section. And if you are a professional crypto investor who has received Form 8949, you can report your totals on the site and attach a copy of the form. And lastly, H&R Block has added the ability to import tax information from CoinTracker, and this is kind of cool. And one thing I want to say here is that H&R Block is just making it easy every single year by adding new functionalities to make sure that you can file your taxes as soon as possible in compliance with the relevant tax codes, not only at the state level, but also at the federal level. And so H&R Block help you actually enter self-employment income and expenses also. This is kind of cool because the software devotes an entire and quite lengthy section to self-employment. It asks you many questions about your business, occupation, inventory and employee status, accounting method, and then asks you to identify the types of income you had and where it was reported. So you can choose Form 1099 NEC, 1099 miscellaneous, 1099K, business sales not on 1099, returns and allowances, and other income. And each income type has its own Q&A interview. So this is kind of cool. So you are able to see what really works to your situation. And so the thing is that because of the quality and quantity of H&R Block's help, you can really get your self-employment questions answered. It's really good. Again, I want to insist on the fact that this section is quite comprehensive, okay? And so when we tested it, there wasn't anything significant that we felt was missing. And we also love the fact that basically you have H&R Block giving you the ability to file your taxes, again, in all transparency and in all compliance. So this is really cool. Let's talk about the support here. So how do you get help from H&R Block really? Now, the Q&A format that most online tax services use works well if there is always an option to have complex or unfamiliar concepts explained in more detail without requiring you to open a giant help database, though there is a place for that too. So it's critical for a tax software to make context-sensitive help easily accessible, okay? And so when we talk about UX, the user experience here is just fantastic. So H&R Block does an excellent job here. It uses the right vertical pane for help content, so you can hide or reveal the pane at any time. So this is cool. And it does obscure the working window like it used to. And I mean, it doesn't. They actually just changed the configuration recently. So we love the fact that H&R Block, again, is giving you contextual help. Okay. So in terms of other support options, you have general guidance. So here you have a searchable knowledge base and website, including video tutorials, calculators, news, articles, and guides. You also have tax support. So you have free chat or phone tech support across all packages. Virtual assistance chat feature provides basic tax and tax support to help with simple questions. And H&R Block also has an online support page. And the thing is, if you are audited, basically, H&R Block can help you here, okay? Now, one thing I need to really tell you here is that you need to be sure to know the difference between support and defense. So with most providers, audit support or assistance typically means guidance about what to expect and how to prepare. That's it. Audit defense, on the other hand, gets you full representation before the IRS from a tax professional. So H&R Block offers free audit support, but you can also buy a product called Worry-Free Audit Support. So this includes IRS notice correspondence management and help, audit preparation, and in-person audit representation from an enrolled agent. And this will cost you $19.99 to $25.99. And you could also add Tax Identity Shield for $19.99 to $25.99, which provides personal assistance if it turns out criminals used your personal information to file a fake tax return. Now, if you're getting a tax refund, no matter how you file, you can choose to receive your refund in several ways. So you can have direct deposit to a bank account. It can be loaded onto an Amazon gift card, 2.5% bonus for H&R Block desktop product purchases through Amazon only. You have Spruce mobile banking. You have paper check, and you can direct the IRS to buy U.S. savings bonds with your refund. So you have a lot of options here. So you also have the option of paying for the hardware out of your refund, but there is a $39 charge to do so. Let me give you a few extras before we close to this conversation. The thing about the H&R Block is that you are able to review and file your tax return. This is not a problem. So after you complete all the federal tax steps, H&R Block provides actually a summary of your returns entries and compares them to the previous years. Then it takes care of some additional tasks, such as creating estimated tax payments vouchers, and asks some additional questions. Next up is what they call the site's federal accuracy review, which comes through your returns for anything that may be inaccurate or missing. If it finds something, it explains the problem and provides a fix issue button, which takes you to the offending page for corrections. So this really works well on all cases. And after you are satisfied or skip through any issues, you'll be able to fix them later on though. You will see a summary of your returns key totals. Then H&R Block transfers required numbers to your state returns, helps you prepare them, and walks you through e-filing. And so you have a mobile app also that's really responsive, really great. So you are able to prepare and file a return on your phone. So if you are new to H&R Block, you can create an account from the app as well. And it's really easy to switch back and forth between your desktop and mobile device by simply logging in. So the mobile app does a beautiful job of replicating the desktop experience, albeit with differences made necessary by the smaller screen. Just as in the desktop browser version, you get simple navigation, a capable help system, and comprehensive coverage of tax topics. So this is kind of cool. So overall, when you think about H&R Block in terms of user accessibility, you have a very fantastic sort of tool that we love a lot. And in our view, it's one of those tools that is really great for all kinds of situations, especially if you really prioritize ease of use, you prioritize a clean user interface, and you also prioritize speed in filing. So what is our verdict here? Is H&R Block really worth it? Do we recommend it? Is it legit? Our answers to all three questions are yes, yes, yes. We totally recommend H&R Block. H&R Block is legit. H&R Block has been around forever. H&R Block is safe to use, not a problem. Okay. Now, so when you think about H&R Block, think about a comprehensive and reliable tax preparation website that's very easy to use. And it's one of those things where, we tested all forms. We tested Form 1040. We actually tested the H&R Block self-employed, and everything went smoothly, not a problem. Okay. So whether you're a return H&R Block customer or are in the market for the first time, you will find that H&R Block combines excellent preparation tools and guidance to help you get the biggest refund you can. And it's one of those things where, but just remember though, that you might be actually be in for, you might be paying a little more through H&R Block than you would through other providers. So H&R Block, for all intents and purposes, is best in our view for people with simple returns looking for free tax software, people who want lots of filing options, and people who want live support from tax pros. And we do not recommend H&R Block for people who have complex tax returns but want a cheap option. So if you have a complex tax returns but you are looking for a cheap option, you will not find it with H&R Block, okay? And the thing is that with H&R Block, we also love the fact that you can switch from another provider. You can auto import certain tax documents. You also have a pretty convenient donation calculator. And if you are a big sort of crypto trader, you will love the coin tracker sort of tool. Okay, this is for crypto traders. And you also have the fact that you have platform mobility. As I said, you are able to switch back and forth from mobile to desktop, not a problem. So it's one of those things where you got to ask yourself, are you comfortable filing your taxes through your mobile phone, or you just would rather do it the old fashioned way through desktop, or even just manually file your tax return? It's totally up to you. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was giving you a quick H&R Block review. So let's do a quick recap here. I give you the bottom line, the specs, the products, the pricing, the user experience, the support, and the extras. And finally, the verdict. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.